with you like that.
I would hope not. Because we're good friends.
You don't abide at all?
Fun.
We're not sketchy weird
You
friends.
want one?
No. Zero abide?
Zero abide?
You don't abide alcohol at all?
No, I don't. None.
Damn.
Zero abide.
For like 3 or 4 years now, right?
Going on 3. Well, going on 4.
Fuck, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Look at me keeping up with shit's not even mine.
Right. Keeping up with shit that's not yours. Do it. Alright, everybody move this way. If you want to be on camera, you gotta move this way. And I got one mic, cause like Nas, because all I need is one mic. Alright, guys, welcome to the Erraticast. Talk gingerly among yourselves while I set up so that people can actually tune into the show. Or actually, I'll just eat some of this Italian ice and
I thought that was
tune in
yogurt.
later.
What the hell is Italian ice? Isn't that just like flavored ice?
It's Italian yogurt.
Oh, it's Italian yogurt.
No, I don't know.
It's made of ice and fruit.
So it's like the snow cone stuff, just healthy.
It's tasty.
Want one?
I've never had
No,
an
I'm
Italian
good.
ice before.
None ever?
It's kind of nice.
I've never had it either, but I'm good.
It's got a very mellow flavor.
If this is your first one, then you should try all flavors.
Ooh. All
Sounds
the
like prom night.
flavors. Hey, not my prom night. My prom night, I got left holding the chat.
I did on mine too.
Sounds like fun.
Was yours a bait and switch?
Well, see, mine. I actually didn't go to my prom because I left senior year.
Okay.
So
Well, I didn't go to my senior prom.
military ball. I paid for the limo, took the girl out to
kids
eat.
are weird.
Hey,
No, I'm kidding.
but yeah, she left with another guy named Matt in my limo.
That's terrible. See,
Wasn't it?
this girl I knew was in ROTC too. That's funny. ROTC girls are terrible, terrible people. at heart.
Rotsy girls will put some hurting on you.
Oh yeah. Because the world is a painful and bitter place, and everyone should know that. I'm fine now. I'm fine now. There's deep hurt, but it doesn't matter. Because I'm dealing with it.
Hell yeah, that's all you can do anymore, man.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Don't blame anybody but myself, but that's what you got to do. You got to learn.
Yep.
That's right. Former business partner of Upstate Police.
Shade.
All shade. No tree. All shade, no sun. Alright guys, so what are we talking about today? Let me start by why I should be paid to do this. So so this marks the second, this marks like the third month that I had some people who used to like do stuff for me go off and do it for somebody else. Somebody I brought on. And see, they're probably going to say that, yeah, we have broadcast experience, this, that, and the third. But why weren't you doing what I'm doing before you met me? You feel me? So I've heard people in the past, people I know who are trying to make their way in the world. They're like, yo, I talk to people about these things. So I put a tight rein on my ideas now and the free flowing nature of the said ideas, because people just take your stuff and they run with it. And that's what we call providing value. And I think I provide a lot of value, because like this guy who has recently called himself falling out with me was giving me the business on instant messenger, because he was trying to be slick, but then I told him, like, bro, say what you really got to say. But he just starts letting off with all this garbage. But everything, like, he was blaming me for stuff. And first of all, if you really want to be successful at something, who do you blame? Nobody. If you gotta blame somebody, you blame yourself.
Yeah.
But there's no need to rest on blame, because you can change. You can change you.
No, blame is just a weak man's shield.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Blame is just a weak man's shield.
Amen to that. I mean, you guys are fairly successful at what you do.
Shit, I am.
I'd like to think. What do you do? What do you do, Caldwell?
I am an IT field equipment support technician in charge of infrastructure and product support.
Yeah. But I mean, that what you do requires a degree of competence. Well, you have to be competent to help people who are incompetent.
Well,
Go on.
Dude, so here's the deal. I mean, it sounds like such a fancy title and everything.
It is a fancy title.
I'm a high school dropout that went back, got a GED, but I spent all my time in factories, warehouses, and lucked out with the help of a friend to get a job in IT.
Okay.
And just proved enough of a nuisance of myself. They promoted me to get me out of that area.
He's like, I'm such a jerk. Promote him.
I mean, was that not the way it happened?
Fake it till you make it.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm still faking it.
Like, but it's like you used to lift boxes and press the red button and then put the sheet metal and press the red button again.
Really? That's what was your old job?
And then you went to IT where you're on phone support, and then you upgraded from phone support to lifting different boxes for more money.
And pushing and still pushing red buttons all the time.
Lifting different boxes
Yeah,
for more money.
that's literally what I do. I work at an IT warehouse.
It's just what you were meant to do, apparently. Warehouse and labor work. Of course, the boxes you pick up are not as heavy and way more like require more technical support.
Boxes are actually heavier.
Watches?
Fax machines.
Okay.
65 pounds, man.
Is it like one fax machine per box or something?
Yeah, well, it depends on who sends them back.
It's like, why are there so many fax machines in this box?
We did have one place that sent back like 4 workstations at one time, so the one box that they put it in weighed over 100 pounds.
I was thinking like 125 or 130.
That's about what it weighed. It was so bad our UPS driver had to ask us to get in the truck to help him get it out.
He's like, I don't usually do this because it's not on our insurance rider. But
So just out of
could you help
curiosity,
me out?
how much more does it cost to send one 120-pound box versus 4 30-pound boxes?
Oh, it cost a lot more.
One 120-pound box versus.
So
really?
Yeah. So the great thing about it is they
It's
took
an additional freight charge.
yeah.
Oh wow.
They took the normal boxes, and instead of putting them individually like we had them, they broke the normal boxes apart and made a Franken box, and then put everything in the one.
Is that where they like hammer together like wood slats to make a box?
6
Dude,
pounds was nothing
There
but
was
duct
probably
tape.
like a whole roll of tape on it to hold it together.
Yeah.
That's rough, B. That's rough, B.
It's fun. It's life, man. Gotta
That's
do what you
cool.
gotta do.
See, what I do for work is I basically I do some side work for my mom, and that pays big bills, and then the small bills are paid by the production work that I do. And this is kind of a hobby, doing this, but it also helps just showcase my skills and get my name out.
Yeah.
So people know me for like Suburb, which was a video blog that I did for a little bit. And that kind of, like the first time somebody was like, dude, I watched your thing, it weirded me out. Like, it was a freak show to me.
Did it weird you out because you don't know what thing he watched? Like, did he find that
No.
video you made a
It was
long time
intentional.
ago?
No, it was
Okay.
intentional. I don't really. I'm not one who cares much about people knowing things about me.
Okay.
Like the only thing that I keep concealed, the only secret I keep is like the location of people and things that are important to me. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Like, 'cause, I mean, if somebody who wants me is really gunning for me, it's not like I'm hard to find.
No, they just gotta watch one cast.
Basically. Or you just gotta know where I be, and where I be is out in public.
That's
I'm always out because I got nothing to hide, and like I'm real bad about doing like fuck shit from time to time, just to see who knows about what I did, and it's kind of a bad habit. It's like a throwback to a bad habit that I'm working on, but it's just like
If you ain't got nothing to hide, there's no need to have the shadows in your life.
that's what I'm saying. And that's how I live because it's easier for me.
Oh yeah, man.
Because I always know, like, if you can see me, I can see you. That's
Unless
my
I'm a ninja.
That's my life motto. Well, yeah.
Hey,
That's a whole other.
I will tell you right
setup.
now, man. I am trained by one of the best people in the world, and I'll tell you right now, D. Love you to death, man. You can't see me. Thank you for that. Preston just gave me the worst look.
My time is now. That's such an internet joke. It's like we lived there or something.
I had to go for it.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
But so I've learned a lot of things over the years, like personal stuff and like technical things. Like internet broadcasting is not super intuitive. It's not the most difficult thing to do in the world. You know, neither is video, but you got to put time in. And like, I've learned a lot of things that somebody just starting out will have to go through. I've dealt with problems that would like, you know how you'll do a project and you'll be almost finished, like just like maybe you're building a character in a character editor, and you do one thing,
hit the wrong button, gotta restart the whole shit.
Like, you just throw your hands up. But what if somebody was like, "Hey, don't hit that button." You're like, "Which one?" It's like the X button. So you're like, okay, they'll save you time. Time is invaluable. You never get time back.
100% true.
So if I can give you the time that I put in, and people don't listen to me for whatever reason. That might be a delusion on my end, but it might be true. I don't know. I've just had, like, my biggest pet peeve is when somebody's like, "Hey, that 2-hour parking out there, you think they're gonna like tow my car?" And I can give you inside information. I'm like, they're not gonna tow your car. It's a weekend. But then you go ask somebody else. It's like, bro.
I think a lot of that has to do with people's own insecurity about themselves.
That makes sense.
I mean, it doesn't matter how good of information or how good of advice you give. If they're not willing to listen, what the hell can you do?
Right.
But no, with like this, if this is not your knack, but you really want to try it, you need guidance.
Right.
And having someone that could actually help you out is like, hey, don't cast in that format, or don't buy that mic. Mm-hmm. You know, that mic's $500. It'll pick up the neighbor farting, but
that's not what you're gonna want for your podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get away with a $15 mic, and you just have to put it a little closer to your face, but it's not gonna pick up ambient room tone.
Yeah, that would be
all that jazz.
To me, that would be invaluable.
Yeah,
but
getting that through time, we get the results.
Yeah, exactly.
And people
should get paid.
It's easy to overlook that. And and the guy who I mentioned at the top of the show, he's very upset with me because apparently I don't kiss his ass enough. But that's not what I'm do. Like, he's misrepresenting what I'm about to himself, obviously.
Self-delusion.
Yeah, and it happened.
Yeah,
but I'm taking the time to also like kind of coach him. Like, I'm not like a life coach or anything, but I can kind of tell you some stuff that does and doesn't work for me, and it's pretty general. You know, some of the stuff is stuff I've tested.
Well, I mean,
and it's just like things that work with consistency.
No one can teach anything that they don't know about.
Right.
So,
but he just like, it's like the Bible says, don't cast your pearls before swine, lest they be trampled underfoot.
See, I always thought about like throwing actual pearls at pigs and stuff.
Yeah, you throw a pearl at a pig. It's like, I've heard another saying. It's kind of like, it's like putting a diamond nose ring in a hog or something. Like, well, the hog doesn't care about.
Let's not offend the people from Alabama.
They're nice people.
They're nice people.
Nice racist.
They have the most blamed out
hogs. Look at my hog. Look at that gold ring in her snout. Mm-hmm.
Gave that to her for our engagement.
Oh God. He took it there. you took it there. I rode through Alabama one time completely by accident. It's like, you know, Chesney Highway before it was improved.
What? Wait, how did you?
That was like a major highway. Okay, so I wasn't driving. We were going to Miami, and I already mapped out the route.
I told place were you trying to get through Alabama.
I told my dude, I was like, dude, just stay on this road. I'm about to catch some Z's. I wake up, or I think he woke me up. He's like, hey, dude, I think we're lost. I'm like, what are you talking about? Where the fuck are we? We were in goddamn Alabama.
So you know how they.
I was nervous.
He rolled down the windows and all you heard was ding 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 ding.
Basically, I made jokes about banjos the entire way we were driving through wherever we were in Alabama for like 2 hours, man. See, it was like a straight highway. Like, the road looked like, you know, like Highway 9 before it was fixed up.
It was 9 before it turned into Pelham Road.
Basically, it was horrible.
See, the jokes about the banjos are fun until you get that subconscious asshole clenching that really starts making you nervous.
And then you like hear pig noises in the background. Pig noises off in the distance. Those aren't pigs, kids.
You hear that? That's the mating call of the South Alabama hillbilly.
Alabama. So, you know, that's as much fun as it is talking about how valuable I am to the species. Do you know what the odds of you existing right now at this time literally are?
I would honestly say incalculable.
It's calculable.
It's actually
They've done a
calculable.
calculation, and I don't remember the exact number, but it's like the one in so many trillion times 10 to the 10th power or some shit. It's terribly, like, that changed my outlook.
Yeah.
There's this woman named Mel Robbins, and she talks about, like, the TED Talk is called How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over. And it's a very good TED Talk because she gives some good strategies and thoughts about, like, why you're important.
Yeah.
And why you should treat yourself like you're important. Like, one of the things she said was she hates the F word. And, of course, like, the way she sets it up, you think she's going to say the F word is fuck. But it's not fuck. It's fine. F-I-N-E. And she's like, you tell yourself you're fine when you... Basically, I'm paraphrasing. She's like, you tell yourself you're fine when you're really not.
Yep.
And that's a bad thing. But if you look at the etymology of the word fine, it means death. It means end.
That's like I put on Facebook. I'm
Fine.
starting to hate the phrase, I don't know.
I don't know.
The only
Why?
reason you don't really know is because you haven't taken the time or the caring to stop and think about it.
You're from the, hey, can you at least lobby a guess?
Yeah.
Kind of mentality.
I mean, like,
I kind of agree with that.
Like, if I had, D, are we friends? And the answer is, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like having a wishy-washy attitude.
Yeah.
Like, be definite.
Like, it's
I think we're friends. You
Yeah.
think we're friends? I think we're friends.
I mean, if you
I'm
got to
sure
put
that
I
is.
think in front of it, at least that says,
Yeah.
you've
thought about it.
But I hate when you ask anyone any kind of personal or emotional or relationship question, the response is, I don't know.
Let me get back to you on that one.
Like-
I'll have my secretary call you tomorrow.
And for those of y'all
Are
in
you gonna have
relationships,
Brett by the third? I don't know.
yeah, it doesn't
I'm
work
paying
anywhere
this
else in
guy
life.
to answer that question for me.
But
Let me give him a
for those
call.
of y'all in relationships, and this is no joke, especially guys, don't ask your girl where she wants to eat until you've thought about yourself. That way you can get angry when she says, I don't know. Because right now you're just getting angry when you yourself don't know. So actually think about it first.
That's actually some pretty good advice.
I mean, you can turn around and say, babe, where you want to eat tonight? I don't know. Look, I spent the last hour racking my brain trying to figure out what you would like, but I don't know what you're craving. So where would you like to eat? What are you craving? I don't know. Then, bitch, I give up.
I would never
gotta
ask
stop
a
playing
woman
with
where
these.
she wants to eat. I'd just be like, we're going to the Sizzler.
So
And
Motherfucker.
she's like, I don't like the Sizzler. I'm like, well, you gonna starve tonight. I'll sleep on the couch with a full belly.
saw a meme the other day, and I don't remember exactly how it went, so I'm gonna kind of make it up as I went along.
Okay.
It was something to the extent of like
Do it.
asking his daughter, like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" And she's like, "Well, I don't care." She gave her a single Cheeto.
I don't
Well,
care.
I'm teaching her early not to be indecisive.
Oh, nice.
What was that one?
Give her
The
Cheetos.
brother or boyfriend asked the sister or whatever, do you want a pancake? And she said, yeah, just a little one.
That's what it was.
And it was like a dang quarter.
No, that's what it was. She said, "How big do you want your pancakes?" He's like, "I don't care." So he gave him like a dime-sized pancake. He's like, "I'm gonna teach her to be indecisive."
I mean,
At an early
here's the
age.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do or where you are. If you don't know what you want, there is no magic butt fairy that's going to fly out, tap you on the head, and tell you what you want.
You don't know my life. Butt
I
fairy.
was wondering why there was screams from help coming from the chair.
My butt fairy has a nice life inside my gaping cavernous anus.
Oh, God.
That's a totally different kind of butt fairy.
Yeah. I have a
I
feeling
forgot we were live.
at some point during this conversation,
Ignore that last statement.
some half Asian dude's going to pop out his waistband and go, toasty, and just
Oh,
pop back
God.
in.
Was Ed Boon half Asian?
Come on, think about the name.
I mean, Ed
What's the last name?
Boon.
Yeah.
Is Boon like an Asian name?
I don't know. It's like a pirate hillbilly name too.
It is like I mean, I could see him being like Asian if his name was Ed, because it's like it's short for Eduardo, which could be Filipino
or Spanish.
Yeah. Do you ever get that notion like when you see an Asian girl, you're like, she's hot. I wonder if she's Spanish.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, she's hot. I wonder if she's a real girl.
Nah.
Oh.
He went there.
How you doing tonight? Doing fine. How about you? Oh God,
You're cute. But that your Adam's apple looks swollen.
I mean, I will say I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff. I'm not into it, but my biggest fear is like if you're into that.
Are you
stuff,
that guy that's just like if you go to Thailand and get a hooker and it turns out to be a lady boy? It's like, well, if I'm already in,
I'm
might
already
as well
$70
finish up.
in.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a no refund policy, you've committed.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's respected.
how would you deal with like if they whip it out and it's bigger than yours?
I'd just be like, I want my money back.
And if they say no refunds, what do you do?
Bend over. No, tell them to bend
Oh,
over. They like bend over.
Look, I know what I'm saying is pretty gay, but damn, dude.
I don't know what's happened to me in like the past 2 months, but I just kind of
Have you
don't
been
care.
outside of the country? Have you been to Thailand?
No, I've been to Japan.
Okay. In the last 2
Listen.
months?
No,
Oh.
years ago. Many years
So
ago.
I gotta ask, how bad did you stand out on your trip to Japan?
I was in Okinawa, so there were already a lot of Americans there.
Okay.
I took a walk off base once, and my aunt freaked out. They came and picked me up because I told my cousin what I was doing. They're like, "No, you can't walk around out here." I was like, "Whoa, what's up?"
I mean, you're not going to get lost in a crowd.
They're like, "It's dangerous." I'm like, "Okay."
It's dangerous in Okinawa.
Apparently, it's dangerous to just be an American wandering around the streets in Japan.
Huh.
Who knew, right?
I thought Japanese loved us. Well, I mean, we love Japanese.
Yeah,
Not
we
necessarily.
love Japanese. Well, we won't
Well,
get into the reasons why.
I'll tell you, Japanese love us, brown people. No, I'm just kidding. But I did see one remarkable
It's
thing.
It's okay. We know no one likes white people.
I like.
We're
I
accepting
like
of
some
that
white
now.
people. I like you guys.
Yay.
I don't like all white people, but I don't want to be called a racist. No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
You're not
I
white.
don't dislike it.
You're not white. You can't be racist.
Say it again for people. No, I'm just playing. But the thing is, like I was walking past a Lawson's, which is like the stereotypical pharmacy convenience store chain in Japan.
So kind of like Rite Aid, CVS.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Lawson's.
there was a Caprice Classic. Thing was on 24s. This is we're bumping 50 Cent. It's like 3 skinny Asian kids dressed up like rappers, kind of just back there chilling. Caprice Classic. So
I got Tokyo Drift playing
Had
in
to
my
be.
head. Sorry.
God, that movie was so terrible. I like this, but it tastes kind of like kerosene at the bottom.
The lemon, once you get to the bottom, is really, it's really good, but it has a really weird, like, chemical medicinal aftertaste.
Mm.
Like, that's where they keep the chlorine.
Ah.
Or some other, like, some other chemical.
A friend of the lady on the internet named Capucine.
Capricine?
Capucine. Capucine or something.
It's actually kind of a nice name.
It's an interesting name. Indeed. Shout out.
I mean, hell, you got to think, man. I'm named after something people wipe their feet on.
Matt.
Yeah.
They call me Matt. Please step all over me.
See, I don't have cool like guy name like Preston or Dennis. Those are like your stereotypical macho 50 guys.
Stop going
name.
by Matt
It's
because
not-
it's so common, and start going by Cameron.
I was
Like,
remembering
I'm gonna,
Cameron.
like, change
Yeah.
your whole life. I thought about changing my whole life in, like, 5th grade. I was like, I'm gonna go by Steven.
I always
And
hated
then
my
I
name.
didn't.
What's
Right.
wrong with Dennis?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. I just never liked the sound of it. Well, for one thing, it's like super European.
What's your middle name?
I'm not European. Lamont.
Why didn't you do that one then?
I didn't like it either. I always hated my name.
Lamont sounds French.
Nah, I didn't hate my name. So I guess the reason I brought Matt on the show today was that Matt, not unlike myself, is a huge weeaboo.
I hate being called.
No,
that.
I know it's not a nice. Weeboo's not a nice word. Let's get your first of all. Let's get your take on what is a weeboo.
Oh God. Honestly, it's like watching anime is one thing. Playing the games, reading the manga is all one thing. But a weeboo is the guy that when I say manga, he goes, "It's manga."
It's manga.
When I say Kokoriku no God, he jumps in to correct me. Or when I say Ren was the best character in Evangelion, no. It's like calm down. Like to be a true weeboo, you have to have the pillow. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You have to have the full body pillow. You have to live by the waifu.
The
rhetoric.
waifu code.
Look, here's the deal, people. If your waifu, your girlfriend, or whatever does not exist in the real world, you're masturbating. That's it.
There's a new show on Netflix called it's called Big Mouth.
Oh, I loved it.
Have you watched it?
Oh,
It's so good. It's too funny.
I watched it at work. I messed up.
It's so vulgar. Did you ever have those moments watching the show where you're like, this joke is garbage?
Yep.
But you chuckled a little bit, then they hit you with real zinger.
It was
Like, that was
almost
fucking
like
genius.
South Park, just a hell of a lot cruder.
Yeah.
More crude than South Park?
Yes.
Dude, in the
Because
first,
it's dealing with like real life medical kind of science.
yeah, and like it's the whole thing about it's not my Kroll,
What else has Kroll done?
the Kroll show.
I'm not familiar with Kroll.
It was a horrible skit comedy thing he did, but
Was it on Fox?
Comedy Central, I think.
Kidding.
But probably Fox.
Yeah.
For as long as it lasted.
Right.
But yeah, it was all about like these kids in elementary school going through puberty, and in the first episode,
No, they're like junior high.
junior high,
Were they in elementary? They were 13.
say middle school.
Yeah, I feel like it's middle
Yeah,
school.
but the first episode you deal with the main character suddenly having penile envy because he saw his Jewish friend's penis, which was a lot bigger.
And hairy.
And hairy, yeah.
Hairier.
So yeah, it's a very fucked up show. Worth it, but don't watch it at work.
Yeah. Don't watch it around in mixed company.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, so
By mixed
There-
company, you mean like people who don't watch crude?
Anyone that has
movies?
a conscience or a soul.
yeah, basically.
So
So
in
your
all
ginger
of our
friends
friends
are
are
cool.
fine.
Yeah.
Basically. So I watched there was an episode where one of the characters cut a hole. We find out he cuts a hole in his pillow.
Oh, did you see what happens with the pillow?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I watched that whole thing. I watched it over the course of 2 days. And
So
just
there's
didn't
a
have
lot
time
of,
to binge it, but I did watch like 5 or 6
Inanimate objects
episodes.
coming to life and talking and stuff like that.
And other people saw them. It's not like
Yeah.
where one thing happens, one character sees it, but they're all like super. There's like a super awareness of all the characters, regardless of
It gets horrible.
where they come from. It's so crazy.
I love it. Ended up looking like his brother.
Oh my god! And don't give away all the spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. Watch Big Mouth.
Worth
But yeah.
it.
So getting back to your body pillow thing, I feel like now that you say that, I feel like that's where they got that idea.
It had to be. I don't understand the point of the body pillow because there's no slits or anything like that. It's like a comfort thing that you dry on.
Yeah, it's just it's using your imagination. Have you seen the pictures of dudes like photoshopping their anime girlfriends or like video girlfriends into their photographs, like, and then post them like this the real deal?
I mean, I get the whole I have a girlfriend that lives in another state thing. That we've all done that, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But now with social media and everything, you can't take Sailor Moon that everyone knows is an anime, that is cartoon, that is fake, Photoshop it into your picture and
Hold
say
on.
Bae just came by.
Sailor Moon is not fake.
Depends if you have the body pillow or not.
I'm just saying. She's real to me.
But I mean, it's just I don't understand the whole Weibo thing. I mean,
It's just
Krieger.
like, man.
From Archer. Krieger.
yeah,
Krieger.
but 10
Krieger
times
from
worse.
Archer. And the anime girlfriend.
I don't think I've seen that.
Really?
Seen that far into Archer. I've seen like 3 seasons.
Watch it all.
Yeah.
The whole
Before.
thing.
Krieger and the anime girlfriend was very disturbing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that. Okay, it was disturbing personally because the whole being like this close to being a weeaboo, but not quite. Because I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like right at the line.
I mean, I've watched a lot of animes, and
I'm
like,
just sitting here looking at guys with body pillows, like half jealous, but half thank God that's not me.
I mean, I think anyone that watches a lot of anime.
If somebody
has,
got me one of those for my birthday, I wouldn't be upset.
Right?
but
It's like
that guy's a faggot.
what a jerk.
It's only gay until I get one.
Yeah.
But I've watched a lot of anime where I've like looked at the girls and been like, yeah, I'd hit that. I think the first
Yeah.
time I ever ran into this was either Jessica Rabbit or Misty from Pokemon.
How about old girl from don't you remember the Johnny Depp movie when it Cool World?
What was her
Hollywood.
name? Hollywood, if she could. Yeah, but I mean Jessica Rabbit.
They were all boner inducing.
Yeah,
Like I got a thing for 2D women. I'm not gonna lie.
they're less
People
headache.
know this.
Yeah,
But,
they're less headache.
well, I like 3D girls too, a little bit.
Well, I don't know. They're coming out with some new 3D movies that are.
Yeah.
Trip in the
Hatsune Miku was the
Watch Trip
first.
in the Rift?
Trip in the
is
Rift. What was her
funny.
name? Six.
Yes.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, yeah. It was a play on 7 and 9.
So it's just 6 and 9.
6 to 9, yeah.
That's a sex thing.
Yeah. but
I just
Tripping
broke
around. No, I was trying to go back to the thread I opened. The Hatsune Miku was the first, is the most famous Vocaloid, completely computer generated idol.
Yeah,
The music is computer generated.
and it's gone so.
The character is CG, and she was the first non-human entity to have a sold out concert.
Oh,
where
yeah.
she was a 3D hologram.
And the
first
fans
hologram.
went crazy for
Ape
it.
shit, dude.
Did you see the one where they did it like a little promo concert in like a high school? And the kids apparently didn't know what was going on, but as soon as it started, every guy in the auditorium like flooded the stage and was screaming like preteens at a Justin
Like
Bieber
flinging
concert.
their heads back and forth, crying.
I mean,
I can't believe this.
this just takes me
This
back.
is a miracle.
Now, if we could get to the things like y'all remember the old show Quest World, the Johnny Quest World.
Oh yeah, I love that
Yeah.
part of Johnny Quest.
Yeah,
the new show.
give me
'Cause when
the
they
little-
would go into the 3D land.
Yeah. Now, okay, if we can do that.
Code Lyoko.
Oh, good, okay. Not bad for a French anime.
Right. Well, you know what? I think the French really get. I don't know why they get kind of a bum rap, but they do write great stories.
They do.
Did you Cyber 9? No. Cyber 6.
Cyber 6.
It was the one about the girl who was like an android and she was fighting this empire, but she had to infiltrate a school and
Yeah.
was posing as a male teacher.
Yep.
She was in love with the big policeman, and then one of the students was in love with her, but thinking it was a
That's-
guy.
yeah, but that's like an anime thing.
Yeah,
It's,
but still, like the French know what they're doing.
the better than the British do. What is that
Yeah.
one they just put on Netflix? Prisoner Zero.
I don't know anything.
If that's not British, if it's Irish, I apologize. It's horrible either way.
Really,
Oh, it makes no sense.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
check it out.
please don't.
I mean, I had
Remember that
this
thing he said
urge
earlier
deep
about
down to know
wasting your
if
time?
things
Yeah.
are horrible.
Well, it's one of these shows that like
I have
jumps
to
in
just
with
know.
no story. It's like the old early '90s Saturday morning action cartoons for us, like Biker Mice from Mars and stuff like that.
Love
It's like it
Biker
follows
Mice.
an overall story,
Mhm.
but there's no connections.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a story for the sake of having
Yeah.
something to play out.
It's like we only have a
As
story
opposed
to
to something
explain
thought
why
out.
we're doing this.
Gotcha. So like the plot itself is the MacGuffin.
Dude, the whole thing
God.
is so horrible. And I'm sitting here watching myself make ridiculous hand motions like a minute after I've made them.
Why am I
What-
throwing my hands in the air?
What is the last moment that you've had in something that you liked or not liked, where you're just like I can't believe this.
I don't
Like
know if I
stunned
can. I don't
in
know if I can
silence.
talk about that online.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Uh,
Give us the censored version, or is it like a copyright thing?
No, it something happened that I wasn't expecting to happen. Very adult oriented.
He's like, I was mid-stroke and then some shit went down, and I was like, I gotta put this thing away. I gotta put this up.
Let's be honest. Anyone that knows me knows I wouldn't put it away.
Okay. Fair.
That whole thing of like asking your friends, like, I don't know if y'all ask these stupid questions when you're in school or not. It's like, what if your mom or grandma walked in? Would you finish?
No.
I never
Probably
actually got
not.
asked those questions because everyone already knew the answer was I did finish when it happened.
Oh, it's like Grandma's Boy. That scene.
Oh,
is
God.
Kinda.
It had to come from somewhere.
Once you commit, you don't back down.
And that's commendable. That's a commendable thing.
I mean, they know what you're doing when you walk in.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to stop unsatisfied with the awkward silence, or do you want to have the sense of satisfaction facing the awkward silence?
Maybe I just take better precautions than you do.
Hey, I wasn't allowed to lock my door as a kid. I was after that, though.
You locked it anyway.
Well, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's how you earn. Learning and earning.
I'm gonna go to the garage. Where are you gonna be?
I can't. What about you? Was there like a moment in an anime or a show or anything where you're just like trucking along and you just like throw your hands up or drop your head?
Oh, I didn't know you were talking anime or show. My bad. You said life. You said life.
Sorry for my poor specification. Thank you for sharing that story. However, it's good stuff.
Once again, I'm an asshole online. Fantastic.
Everybody's an asshole.
There
Yeah.
you go. Beat me to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of how it is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're comfortable, you're comfortable. If not,
Yeah, that's actually a harder question.
Maybe he won't tag you.
like I can't personally think anything that really had me like that. I just remembered there were times where I was just like, bro. But I can't think it. Nothing comes to mind right now.
The biggest one, and I can't remember the game.
Oh, I know. The entire Death Note Netflix adaptation. God. That was it. Like,
I couldn't throw my hands up.
jaw-dropping.
Just horrid. Mine was a video game. It was a big RPG game. And like the whole time you're working with someone to save the world, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of it, you find out, like, depending on the series of events you took, either you stopped it, was a hero, or did into the world. But the big thing was, it was Army of Two, where you had to shoot your brother. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
To death?
This game's
For like
10 years old.
Yeah, it was like at the end of it was like, okay, so I'll push this button and kill hundreds or thousands of innocent people, or one of you can shoot your brother in the head. And without thinking, I pulled the trigger, and the hand moment came when I realized I didn't have to do that. We could have, like, as soon as you pull the trigger, you get an option to fast draw on him. And I'm like, if I wouldn't have pulled the trigger, I wouldn't have killed my brother. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done.
Okay. That qualifies.
What about yours?
You?
I don't know about throwing my hands up in the air, but like the last thing that I was rolling hysterically watching was apparently there's a series. I mean, you're aware of Microsoft Flight Simulator X, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Simulator X?
Yeah, it's the 10th. I guess it was whatever was after Flight Simulator 98.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's some guys that take it real seriously.
I bet.
I mean, to the point of like, there's air traffic controllers.
He's like,
this
sorry,
dude-
Mom, I gotta be the air traffic controller tonight.
This dude
Bring me dinner in my room.
This dude comes in. I've seen two different videos. One of them's where
That's fine.
one of them's where the air traffic controller is trolling the pilot. The other one's where the pilot's trolling the air traffic controller. But the one where the pilot's coming in and he's asking for approach or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the two kids that are the traffic controllers are drunk. And they're hilarious. And they're spawning stuff in. They're spawning an F-16. They're spawning a hot air balloon going like 3.5 knots. Just
Jeez.
he's like, I'm assuming you do not have that on radar. And it's if you can find it, you got to watch it. It was the funniest thing the internet has provided me
3.5 knots.
in weeks, man.
Damn.
We'll have to check that after the show. All right, so what's your favorite? What are you watching right now that's remarkable? And what are you watching right now? The shit.
The shit. Okay, I'm gonna save the shit one just because I know I'm gonna catch so much hell for it.
Okay, that's fair.
What I'm watching now is Knights of Magic.
Okay.
Black Clover, which is fantastic, just came out. My Hero Academia, which,
of course,
love it.
So good.
And Trapped in Another World with my smartphone.
Okay.
But
is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Trapped in Another World with a smartphone. Okay.
It's really great.
I bet it does. I bet that translation is like long as hell.
No, I mean y'all know I'm a massive Gundam fan, so
okay.
I've just been kind of filling the void since Iron Blooded Orphans ended. But
now your boy from Iron Blood, I watched like 2/3 of the first season.
Man, it gets so much better.
Little dude's a shooter, isn't he?
God,
he's a real shooter.
I've got to rewatch this.
Not like Setsuna from 00.
No,
he makes Setsuna look like a bitch. Well, I mean, Setsuna wasn't no bitch.
No, I love this one because with Iron Blooded, it was like they actually have to be attached in to control it better. It made more sense than
is it like
stuff.
Is that like where it falls in the development of Gundam technology? Is it in continuity?
No.
Is it in canon or outside?
So this one is outside of the normal
Yeah.
This one, it started off. Someone made these things called mobile weapons, giant things that ended up learning, going crazy, hating humans. So they made Gundam frames, which are like instead of just Gundanium armor on mechs and stuff like that, it's Gundam frames. It's the actual frame inside to fight the mobile armor. And it required a special surgery to have this jack plugged into your back, which most people died from. So yeah, it's so far outside the continuity, but it's so awesome.
That's kind of like there's one show that Escaflowne kind of had kind of a feeling like that where you get in it and it would take blood from it.
Yeah, and I loved Escaflowne. I wish they would have kept going with it.
Escaflowne was dope.
But the shit show I'm watching, and I know I'm going to catch hell for this because it's not an anime and it is absolutely a shitty show, is Melissa and Joey.
What is that?
Why are you watching that?
What is that?
I've ran out of stuff.
Oh, is that a spin-off of Friends?
No,
okay.
Worse. I think it's the girl that played Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Melissa Joan Hart and
Joey Lawrence.
What?
Yeah.
How old are they?
Old.
Bro.
But this show is old. Too.
Nah.
I'm running out of so many
they were
things
still
to
relevant.
binge watch.
Get the fuck out! I didn't even know it existed.
Dude, it's like
this is back when Joey Lawrence was still like showing up on like Tiger Beat with all the muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What did he say in Blossom? Hey, what was his catchphrase or whatever?
I don't remember.
Some kind of.
I think it was like, hey, yo, hey. And then they got the horrible Lawrence Brothers spinoff.
Because he would come on there, he'd say that thing, and it was like, what? The studio audience would go crazy.
And this is a sitcom. It is from a live studio audience. It is horrible. But I'm running out of so much stuff to binge watch because I binge watch nonstop.
Word.
I binge watch at work.
Man, I wish I was like you. I'd be so caught up with everything right now.
Hey, I mean, I've watched worse, dude. I finished binge watching Annoying Orange. Yeah. So.
All right, this show is over. Annoying Orange.
I will say the show was so much better than the crap they put online.
On the YouTube stuff. The first time I saw Annoying Orange was on YouTube. And I think a couple times on Newgrounds.
I mean, it would be so much better if like the stuff I really wanted to watch wasn't week by week release. Like I want to binge watch Orville.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
But yeah, you watch what you gotta watch. I mean,
let's talk about The Room. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Well,
have you seen it?
What was it?
The Room. Joey Wiseau. They're making a documentary about him. It's actually a film. It's not an actual documentary, but it's a film about him making The Room.
Every time I think about it, there's a clip on YouTube that they've put a football flying to him when he's up during the rooftop scenes, and it lines up too perfectly. And that's just playing in my head, him in the trench coat on the roof, and the football, and he does like that and catches it, or he throws it. It's just so bothersome. Oh God, please.
It's like, oh, hi, Mark.
That is the worst thing. Like, he'll walk in and go, "Oh, hi, Mark," and it's like, why is this movie being made? This is god awful.
It's really like a cult classic because of how terrible it is.
Yep. Which majority of cult classics are terrible. I mean, let's look at Evil. Since we're getting to Halloween, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Bruce Campbell. I love everything he's ever been in.
I've heard that.
Burn Notice.
I heard that. What was the movie? Evil Dead.
Oh God.
Was not supposed to be like. It was supposed to be like serious horror.
Yeah, but they had like a $15,000 budget.
But it ends up being like mad hokey or something.
Well, see, so there's Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Right.
Evil Dead 2 is the remake of Evil Dead.
Okay.
Evil Dead 1, it was literally like a cabin. They had $15,000. That's it. And then Evil Dead 2, because Evil Dead had such a following, they got more money, so they remade it. But anyone that knows Evil Dead knows the horrible tree rape scene.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, a tree rapes a girl. I mean, that nothing says horror like that. But Army of Darkness, if you've never seen it, you got.
I've seen Army of Darkness.
He did
Army of Darkness is hilarious.
Oh God, I love it.
What do you say? Call that pillow talk, baby.
There's another one on Hulu, Stand Against Evil.
Stand Against Evil?
Stand Against Evil. It's the guy that played Dr. Cox on Scrubs.
Okay.
Plays like a retired sheriff in a town that is known for witches and demons, and they're coming after him.
Okay.
It's actually really good.
Stand Against is a show.
It's a show.
Okay.
There's a whole season on it, and
Stand Against Evil.
It's just that plain blank that he's really good at, while facing demons and stuff, is just trippy as shit.
Now there's also an Evil Dead series in it.
Yeah, Ash versus Evil.
Ash versus the Evil Dead.
It's really good. It's outside. It's like after Army of Darkness, after the whole thing. It takes place in our world.
Okay.
And the demons are coming in. It's interesting.
I assume it's just more of the same. It's Evil Dead.
Yeah, more of the same. Just like free out in the world and everything. It's like Evil Dead meets Supernatural.
Okay.
So
I'd heard so much about Evil Dead, Army of Darkness that I ended up watching it. Like I think I rented it on VHS.
It was terrible.
You don't like it?
it was fantastically terrible.
Alright, the first one was total garbage.
It's a $15,000 budget.
It was still garbage.
It's supposed to be garbage. I'm just saying.
It wasn't supposed to be garbage, but it was.
Well,
and somehow they made a second and third one. But when they made the second and third ones, they were like, hey, this was shit. Let's make these other ones shit on purpose. The third one was actually the third one was my favorite.
Army of Darkness
was my favorite because I felt like it was still total shit, but it wasn't absolute shit.
Well, they had to find their niche.
Yeah.
And you know, Bruce Campbell's niche is being, although he is considered a B-list actor, I consider him A-list, but he is B meant to be B. Even in Burn Notice, he was B meant to be B.
Yeah, he's a terrible actor.
Well, is he a terrible actor or is he so good?
He's good.
Terrible.
He's good. He's really good at being a mediocre actor.
The Keanu Reeves complex. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah, but Keanu Reeves was only shit in like all of his movies up until recently.
You could have just stopped at all his movies.
Well, John Wick was all right. John Wick was. He was like, okay, now I'm Tom Cruise.
Keanu Reeves is a good actor.
As long as he's playing Keanu Reeves.
Well, I mean, he's always playing Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I mean, I y'all can hit me if you want. I like Bill and Ted.
There's nothing
but
wrong.
but you can see his character in Bill and Ted in The Matrix.
Yeah.
It's like
The Matrix
he grew up.
just,
He grew up. He got a job. It's a desk job. Still taking pills, clearly.
Yeah.
Wait,
actually,
is this a fan theory?
Yeah, that actually might line up.
Did you just drop head canon?
I like that.
I do too. That makes so much sense.
I mean, when you honestly think about it, there are so much similarities between Bill and Ted and The Matrix.
And after he destroyed the Matrix in Revolutions, and he came back as John Wick.
So that
with all the things that he learned in The Matrix, now he's a gun-toting badass.
That he thought his office building was like this post-apocalyptic technology world. So after he burned the building down and killed everyone, he became such a hardcore badass he had to run from the cops. That lines up.
Okay.
I mean, really.
Was he in any other movies of consequence that we know of?
SWAT.
Does speed count?
Yes, let's make speed count.
I mean, think about it. What is
like
Morpheus?
after he crashed that bus into that airplane, they wouldn't let him.
And decapitated
They
Dennis
wouldn't let him
Hopper.
do. They wouldn't let him do anything except for this office job.
Let's not talk about Speed because that was one of the worst movies
It was pretty
ever.
good. Fuck me.
Wait, didn't they make?
He saved the
I think they
movie.
made 3 of them.
Yeah, wasn't one of them like a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Speed on the water.
I still love Family Guy's hit at
It's
it.
gonna crash
This
into the
boat
harbor.
can't go below 15 knots or it'll explode.
If you run out of cocktail shrimp, the boat will explode.
Do we have prawns? All we've got
Don't
is these
stop eating the
prawns.
tiger prawns.
Come on.
Oh god, I love Family Guy's shot at him about Speed 5, the glacier.
Yeah.
If this glacier stops moving at 1 inch a year, it will explode. Run,
Get
you
out
fool!
of the way! And the Eskimos ice fishing.
Jeez. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to have to call it.
Alright.
Burn one more and go to bed.
I think that was a good show.
Don't smoke, kids.
Or do. It doesn't matter. We're not your parents.
It's your life.
I might be your parents. Depends on how old you are.
You're gonna be.
Don't bring
You
bad,
might be
bad
both of their
memories.
parents.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Don't tell me how to live
No, I'm
my
questioning
life.
how you used to live your life. If you may be both
Look.
of their parents.
When you use the same rag for so long, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I'm talking past the stand-up point to like almost bulletproof.
Standing rag.
Like when the
Is
rags.
that a Kevlar washcloth you got over there in that corner? Like, yes, it is.
It's so rough. Oh, you don't want to use. Second thought.
You go
feel
for
free.
it. It's really good at cleaning out
It's
pores.
fine. You're good.
Just remember my famous saying: "It's not rape if you yell surprise."
I think it's still rape.
It's pretty much rape. The Erraticast is not.
According to the
Erraticast is
Alabama
not
Supreme
condone
Court,
rape.
it is not.
We do not condone rape. Rape
No.
is no laughing matter.
Why were you laughing?
We laugh at jokes. We
Yeah.
laugh at rape.
The jokes are funny, but that doesn't mean we condone.
That is like one of the worst things you can do to anyone. I will say. Period.
Make a rape joke.
No. That's not even the worst jokes I can make.
We'll save them for off air. So yeah.
Well,
So
Dennis, thanks for having me,
anything
man.
in closing? Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Pleasure, bro.
We'll have to get you on another time one day. We'll talk more about weeaboo culture. Oh, before you go real quick, I got a video that's coming out on Total Nerd on Facebook and soon to be TotalNerdOn.com of a guy, like, I covered some of Dragon Con and I got video of me like talking and I would say Fapton's log and then go into a string of BS. And then I'll be like, oh, what's that smell? Is that garbage? No, it's just me. I'm weeaboo trash. But
Is that
I
why you got me with that earlier?
Yeah, that's why I hit you with that.
That's
But
Dick Road.
I saw a guy. Is big black fella. He's wearing like a My Little Pony shirt and and a kilt, but it looked like a dress.
Bronies are not okay.
I don't think he was brony. I say My Little Pony shirt, but he's wearing. He was obviously an anime guy.
Okay.
It might have been a Sailor Moon shirt. I don't remember. I got video of it, and you can see him in the video because I'm talking mad smack. I'm like, there's a weeaboo. Because he looks like he might correct people. It's like, no, you talking about Rei Ayanami from Neon Genesis Evangelion. And no, he was not having sex with his mother. He wasn't fantasizing about his mother. She was actually a clone of his mother.
That's a conversation I want to have at a different time. No, there is
Good
something
impression.
in Japan. I can never pronounce it, but it's when an otaku or someone obsessed with anime takes it so far as they shut themselves off from the world.
Hikikomori.
Thank you. And that's
It's kind of general, but yeah, it's definitely like prevalent in the otaku, like game otaku culture, gamer, video.
I mean, really, this stuff needs
Series
just to be
watcher.
an escape from the world, but a temporary
Well, I
one.
mean, like things like that. People take things to extremes, man.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I've already said my goodbyes, so I'm gonna go get lung cancer and go to bed.
Be easy. Enjoy that cancer, bro.
Oh, I will.
We'll be seeing you.
Until
Until next time.
I think the camera guy look at my ass as I walk away.
Oh, that's how we get our ratings.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, you know, here at the Erraticast, we condone pretty much anything but rape and hurting people. Hurting people's bad. We're just kind of like, but we're into having a good time, good clean fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. It probably won't be that much fun next week when it's just me again. You got anything to say to the fine folk out there?
Play Destiny 2.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go watch somebody play Destiny 2.
I'm a month late.
Yeah, same. Well, I don't play much anything anymore.
I don't either.
Well, there you go. There you
Well,
have
play
it,
Destiny
folks.
2.
Play Destiny 2, and I will see you guys bright and early next week. Hopefully, I'll get my ish together and we can tune in and all be there at the same time. Until next time. Peace. Oh, and happy birthday to me.